My name's Ian Hopkinson. I'm a singer-songwriter from Australia, and I now live in Los Angeles, California. The biggest shock for me, I guess, coming here 5 years ago was just how huge this place is. The pace is just so drastically different from Sydney. There's just as many people in LA as there is in the whole of Australia. I've done a ton of networking, and it's really hard to stay in people's faces. I guess you got to just keep making calls every day, and I've now made some really great headway.
So Ian, what made you decide to become a musician?
That's a good question. I started singing when I was about 9, and I guess it was just one of those things where I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. That's how it kind of started.
So how come the lawyer didn't emerge into a musician exactly?
Well, I went to study business law, and I found it very, very boring, even though I understood it all. And so I decided to rebel and start a band. Which might not be funny to anybody else, but it's funny to me. So
is that why your album debut is called Class Clown?
Yes, that's right. I was a rebellious young lad at school. Being a musician in LA, you've got to really be in it for the love. It's tough to make money, but it's worth it if you stick in there.
Seed of doubt was all it took. Sent me here and all the places in between. Trying to fit like clothes and never wear.
I've heard about a second album on its way. What's it gonna be titled, and what's the main theme of it? What's the genre? Is it any different from a Class Clown?
Oh, it's way different. Yeah, it's called Strangers to Ourselves, and we're in LA, so there's always these comparisons. But it's kind of U2 meets Crowded House.
Okay,
and, so it's rock pop.
Rock pop.
Yeah.
And being a musician, I've heard a lot of different stories. I mean, I guess for you, what are the pros and cons of being a musician?
Well, the pros are it's a fun lifestyle and it's creative. I guess the big con is it's very hard to make money. So you've got to be even more creative as far as getting your stuff placed in film and television, and you've really got to be prepared to do something on the side to support yourself. Otherwise it can be pretty tough.
Alright.
My life's not all about music though. I spend time with my family, my wife, my daughter. I love reading, particularly in the Beverly Hills Library, and there's a bunch of movies I've seen recently that really enjoyed. I want to get some songs in those. I spend weekends part-time working with kids, hanging out, skating. It's really fun. I work weekends as a manny, and it's a lot of fun. One of the most interesting jobs I have to do is wax the ledges before we skate. But sometimes the kids get hurt. That's why I've got to be there. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer, and at another point earlier in my life I thought I wanted to be an athlete. But I'm really glad I chose music and ended up in LA, because now I'm working with award-winning songwriters and producers. I'm Ian Hopkinson, and I'm a singer-songwriter from Australia.